We're going to bring it to our last full segment of the show. Brand new one. Alex is going to be on the line here. He's going to be questioned. He's going to be interrogated in what the blank. And by interrogate, I mean he's going to fill in the blank. Essentially, I have a few statements for him, and each one of them has a blank part. And it could be one word, it could be a phrase, it could be a sentence. Just has to fill it in with what he deems best. Statement number one, Alex. The most impressive team at the halfway point is blank.
Arizona Cardinals.
That's
through and through. I think this is the only answer we have here. They've just been extremely impressive, and that final stamp of it was no Kyler, no DeAndre, no AJ. You go into Santa Clara, you stomp all over the 49ers, you take Kyle Shanahan's dumb hat that he wears on the sideline, you put it in midfield, you stomp it, you bury it into the ground, and you come out of there 8-1 with Colt McCoy leading the charge. And they've just been extremely impressive. I still don't buy them as a Super Bowl favorite right now, just because with any of these young teams, we got to see it in the playoffs before they do anything. Kyler's never played a playoff game. Cliff's never coached in the playoffs, and so we got to see it before we can anoint them. But yeah, they've been extremely impressive up to this point.
Statement number two. The refs are blank football.
The refs are crucial to football. You might have expected a different answer here, but I think the refereeing in football is one of the rare instances where everybody loves to talk about how bad the refs are, how bad the refs are screwing up one side and not screwing the other side. But in all reality, the refs have so much on their plate, and they actually do a really good job of finding, everything that's happening on the field. And here's the issue with football is it's so subjective, and depending on what you're looking at or depending on what you're seeing is what you're going to end up calling. But, if we ever got to a situation where, we have replacement refs again in the NFL, we'll start to really appreciate what we have right now. So I think we'll need to understand we're at a good place right now with the refereeing. We don't need to keep, thinking that it's this doom and gloom all the time. Because remember, replacement refs were a thing.
Come on, Alex. I mean, I thought it went without saying. We do not use the R word on this show. We don't use that word. We don't use the replacement word, just like we don't use the other R word. It's these damn R words.
They're getting
Washington redacted.
Another R word.
It's taking over. I mean, I think everything bad is going to start with R in this league.
Yeah.
Oh, but Alex, positive with the Zebras, especially after Monday Night Football. I'm impressed by your ability to not be a Debbie Downer, because I do not have your power, sir. So more credit to credit where credit is deserved on that one. And the last statement of what the blank. Odell Beckham Jr. is a blank wide receiver.
Odell Beckham Jr. is a cancerous wide receiver. And that might be a bit of an overstatement and exaggeration, but I truly feel that when you remove OBJ from an offense, especially one where it's not predicated on having, a dynamic passing attack, it's just going to do wonders for the rest of that offense. And I'm not saying this kind of ties into the Chase Young segment here, but I'm not saying OBJ is a bad player. He has talent. He has a skill set that is desirable among some teams. But when you have a false expectation of what your role should be on a team, comparison to what is actually needed of you, it's detrimental to a football team. He was not helping win the Cleveland Browns football teams, and the team that picks him up next better have a set role for him and better have an expectation that he's not going to have that same behavior that he did in Cleveland, because that was a detriment to the team and did not contribute to winning football whatsoever.
And he's speaking to directly there, Matt LaFleur and Pete Carroll, as the two victims of who's probably going to get OBJ there. At least he's not going to San Francisco. San Francisco declined to claim him. And honestly, if you want to take a look, he might be a best fit on the Atlanta Falcons, but he's never going to go to them anyway. So they're not even worth talking about there. But that's what the blank. Of course, we have that on UFC Talk. We have that here. It could be a regular appearance of a segment. I know some of you guys loved it when we ran it last week with the UFC Talk. So, of course, Keep an eye out for more and let us know what these blanks would be for you.